I just think oral histories are amazing, and they can be so informal. We did 13 interviews over the period of a couple of months. A variety of people that had different memories of Nene Park. Some very interesting stories came out, and hopefully we've got some good information out there for people to use.
Well, I used to come here before Nene Park was actually here, because you needed to go along Ham Lane and carry on along the path, or a track which went to Milton Ferry, which was quite a place to go over a weekend maybe.
If sand and gravel is going to be dug out, you can't just leave sand pits. Let's make them into lakes. Let's have properly designated and properly landscaped lakes. And that's how the lakes came to be created.
The first time I came to Nene Park was on a board visit. It must have been the early 70s. I had to come down and open the gate for the bus that brought the board members down.
We came here in 1980 and we came to camp at the caravan site as it is today. And honestly, it was like Beirut, it was awful. We said we're never going to come back here.
But the park seemed a good idea, but I don't think anyone realised what a good idea it was at the time.
Well, I'm passionate about wildlife, and it's nice to meet other people in the park that are as well. The birds and the wildlife are always going to be part of the park. I was walking again along by the side of the river, along the side of Hammere, and there was a huge big swirl in the water. You know, just you think, well, that's a big fish. But then a grey head came up, and it was a common seal.
Really?
Don't expect to see seals this far inland, but there's a common seal, and it spent quite a few days in the lakes. So a lot of people saw it.
I can remember seeing in the sidings at Nene Valley Railway Station, I don't remember the advert for Dulux paint, where the train went underneath a bridge, and when it came out the other end, every carriage was a different colour.
Oh, right.
And for ages that was in Ferry Meadows Station, and it was only painted on one side because you only saw one side of the train.
And I suppose the other highlight regarding the Nene Valley Railway was the filming of a James Bond film, Octopussy, in 1983. So that probably helped to put the Nene Park on the map, as it were.
Oh, we had Peggy with the horses. I'm sure you've heard of Peggy with her horses. Yeah, Peggy with the horses. They just come trotting down the road every day with all the little stable girls, and of course we had the paddle boats on the middle lake in those days, the little kiddies paddle boats. So there was a lot going off in the park. It was a very, very busy place in those days as well, because we hadn't quite got into this Sunday trading and all-day pubs and all the rest of it, which seems to have changed things quite a bit now.
You see the changes, and I've seen changes sort of throughout the seasons from year to year, and you think, but it's just brilliant, you know, what you can see in half an hour in the park.
Well, we had a guy come on one day. He'd spent 3 days looking for some nice photographs of kingfishers, and he popped on an airboat with his wife. Within 10 minutes, he'd got a kingfisher about 3 feet from the end of his camera lens.
And it's often referred to as the jewel in the crown of Peterborough, which I think is a fair description.
And the Development Corporation's legacy is manifest there, I think, more than anywhere else.
I think oral history really brings the life into the history.